just want to have fun. Sorry about that. The tune just got stuck in my head. Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm all about the fun. In fact, WTF, that was mine. But in my world, the acronym meant, where's the fun? I gotta figure out how that all morphed so terribly wrong. Anyway, today's topic is about FUN. And I've been places in my life where it wasn't much fun. I bet you have too. But what I really didn't understand was that I was making a choice. Yep, a choice about the fun. I can make fun happen at a funeral. Now I'm bound to get letters on that one, right? But today I want to share with you how you can make the mundane more marvelous with mindfulness and bring on the fun. Welcome to the Midlife Reset Podcast, episode number 31. I'm Cheryl Gordon, also known as the Fun Maker, and my side job is a yoga therapist coaching midlife women to feel better rested, stronger, and leaner. Now, here's the thing. Life looks busy and loud and fun on Instagram, but what about when the phone's quiet, kids are gone, and the house feels maybe a little too still? That's when the restlessness or the boredom or the loneliness can creep in. Today, I want to show you how to flip that loneliness into joy and make fun a choice, not an accident. So, do you like to have fun? Of course. No one signs up for the class, How to Be Serious. Our default wiring is all about, worrying and fretting and ruminating. I don't think anybody needs a class in that. So we do sign up for the fun things. Travel, parties, shopping, having wine with girlfriends, redecorating. And we post all the photos on Insta and tell everyone that we're just like so busy. But girlfriend, what about when it does get quiet for a bit? When the phone's not binging and buzzing, and there's no parties. And actually, truth be told, you feel a little burnt out from it all. Hard to settle to sleep. You might feel restless or lonely, like there should be more. I must be missing something. I must be missing out because other people seem to have the secret. They seem happier or more important. So, you start to scroll, plan a trip, buy something online, reach for a snack, or maybe that nice glass of wine, anything to fill in that quiet spot, distract you from that uncomfortable loneliness or boredom or restlessness. I totally get it. Now, around menopause, my weight gain was really bothering me. And there were too many of these quiet moments where my discomfort got really, well, uncomfortable. I knew I was emotionally eating to distract from these awkward times. I mean, my kids are busy with their own lives. I was, sort of retired. And my friends all seemed super busy, either with their jobs or their kids or grandkids. After decades of kind of being in the thick of things, I was lonely and felt left behind. And, truth be told, that hurt. We've all put in decades of building our knowledge base, putting love into so many things. I guess I just thought that there would be more, this pot of gold here at the end of the rainbow, like life would be knocking on my door. You're going to think I'm crazy, but give me some slack here. I thought life would be knocking on my door saying, here's the meaning of it all. Or, congratulations, a wise woman, we revere you. It didn't happen. In yoga philosophy, we practice not grasping for things, not being materialistic, denying the ego. Like that image of the wise figure on the mountaintop, serenely meditating. This was not my experience, unfortunately. I did not feel serene. All the good mountaintops apparently were taken. So here's what I discovered. There is no phoning it in. If we are going to experience the life we really want, we have to reach out and make it happen, my friend. We were willing to do this when we were younger, right? We dreamed of a career. We went to school. We hunted around for a good mate. We bought the best house. We made a life for ourselves. But we have absorbed some crazy cultural myth that now we've graduated from all that effort. Based on our age or experience, we're supposed to just sit back and life will find us. I hear this from my clients and my friends often enough, the desire to just sit back and see what unfolds. And it's partly the yoga philosophy talking. I mean, we don't want to be greedy or egotistical, but here's the truth. You can just phone it in. You can just wait and see what happens. You can be reactionary rather than visionary. But my bet is that you are going to feel restless with that. You, my friend, are too smart and too talented to be battered about by the waves of fate. My guess is that mostly what I'm hearing from my friends and clients is exhaustion. They have been self-sacrificing and, putting that finger in the dike for so long that there is little left over for their own self-development. Now, that's where I was at. Until one day I just looked in the mirror and said, that's it. It finally sunk in that there was no Prince Charming, no magic potion, no yoga fairy that was going to show up and give me the way to go. The protocol that I use to find my way to losing 25 pounds, feeling energized and motivated again has now become the She Mindfulness program. And I really want to share this with you so you can shape your life, not just phone it in. Now, the first step, living fully means challenging yourself with goals, big goals and dreams. Now, why bother with that stuff? I had lots of dreams that never came true. I tried shooting for goals and been disappointed in the past. At some point, can I just drift along and never have to feel that kind of angst or disappointment again? Well, here's why you can't just fluff it away. The discomfort that you expose yourself to on purpose while you're shooting for those goals and dreams, it reveals the thoughts that cause you the discomfort when things are quiet. Let's do that again because it's a big concept. It's hard to get your head wrapped around it. I didn't want to believe it, but here it is. The discomfort that you expose yourself to on purpose while you're shooting for your goals and dreams reveals the thoughts that cause you discomfort when things are quiet. Remember the loneliness, the restlessness, the boredom that we talked about? Causes the phone's quiet, no one's around, not much is happening. There are thoughts that are running through your mind during these periods. My bet is that these thoughts are unkind, they're judgmental, a lot of them are on repeat, and these thoughts drive us to behave and say things we would rather not if we were in a different frame of mind. They drive us to eat chips at night when we're not really hungry. Those thoughts pick at our brain until we're exhausted. And then when our husbands look sideways, we snap at them. These thoughts knock us down so that when an invitation comes up, something new, we don't have the confidence anymore. We say, no, I better not. I might hurt myself. For me, a lot of it was, I don't think I have the energy. I don't think I can handle the pace of trying this trip, or even going out to a concert at night. Can't stay up that late anymore. So it eats away at your confidence, these thoughts. And that, my friend, is not fun. So I am the fun person. So I had to make some goals. The first goal that I set was to lose 10 pounds. I was scared shitless. I know it might not sound like a lot of weight to a lot of people, but to me in my brain, it was Mount Everest. I've always thought of myself as chunky. I've always had a pretty stable weight. It's steadily been going up the last 15 years, but and then I did a big jump at menopause. But I mean, I'm not obese. But to lose 10 pounds, I was going to have to cut out all the carbs. I was going to have to exercise 2.5 hours every day. Oh my God. Like the stuff I was going to have to do that, right? My brain was just reeling. But then it occurred to me to apply mindfulness to the task. Mindfulness means being aware of my moment to moment experience and meeting those feelings with kindness, curiosity, and non judgment. Pretty words. I've been saying them as I taught my mindfulness classes for many, many years. But I needed to apply that to the task of losing 10 pounds. So here's how I did it. I used mindfulness tools to face those bitchy thoughts when I wanted the chips, or if I was afraid that I wouldn't be successful at my goal. Thoughts like, I'm not enough. I don't deserve to be thin. I'm going to be old and alone. I am too old to try new things. Everyone else has something that makes their life amazing, but I don't deserve that. I missed out on that. These are the bitchy thoughts that when I really used mindfulness to be in the present moment, to meet these thoughts with non-judgment, curiosity, and compassion, I realized they're just thoughts. And I used my applied mindfulness tools so that I didn't reach for the chips. And that's just a small example of how you can apply. In the She Mindfulness program, I'll teach you exactly how to face thoughts like these, exactly what to do with the discomfort, and keep on track with the actions that will get you to your goal. I remember about 3 months into the weight loss process. I was camping in Florida when I started this. We have a small trailer, and I didn't have a scale to weigh myself. So I had no idea from January to February into March, really, if this protocol was working at all. But you know what? I was really liking how it felt. All my camping clothes are kind of like elastic waists and stuff like that. So I couldn't tell you if my jeans were fitting better, but I liked how it felt in my head and in my heart. I was feeling more confident. I was feeling better about dealing with those quiet times and those bitchy thoughts. They weren't bothering me as much. Then we were shopping at a thrift store. I love my thrift stores. And Florida has some great ones. So I was shopping at a thrift store and there was a scale. And I quickly pulled it out and stepped on it. Can I communicate to you my elation that I was actually down a few pounds? I'm pretty sure I live in Niagara. I'm pretty sure the people in Thorold, where I live, could hear me screaming from Florida. I just kept screaming, oh my God, it's working! Totally blew my mind. I mean, I hadn't cut out any food groups. I hadn't changed my workouts to any great degree. I honestly just used mindful eating and the other components of the She protocol. They were totally doable, even when I was camping, even when I was traveling in a tiny trailer where I didn't have all my stuff. I couldn't get over it. Oh my God. I lost a couple pounds. And I know you're going to laugh because some people have different metabolisms and they lose 4 or 5 pounds a day or gain it the next day or whatever. But my body's not like that. Like I have the same weight all the time unless something drastic happens. Now, my thoughts became more like, I'm rocking this. Or wow, what a ride. Or a really powerful thought for me was, and I really want to share this one with you, as long as I'm learning and growing like this, I'll never feel old. And because I started thinking differently, kind of making my own fun, if you will, the relationships around me started to feel so much more meaningful. I was getting the confidence to be myself, to share my truth, be more authentic, not try to people please or fit in. And oh my goodness, this is so fun. This is so fun. I started this podcast because of all of this. So this is why, my friends, this is what fun is really about. It's not based on external situations. A trip only lasts so many weeks. New home renovation, very exciting while it's ongoing, but then it's done and everyone cleans up and goes home. Party, even a shorter time. But you know what? I've created this deep wellspring of unstoppable joy that I am 100% in control of. This is why mundane stuff, maybe it's just staying at home or having a quiet cup of tea with a friend. I just find it so soul satisfying. So it wasn't because the number on the scale went down. It was how I changed in the process of setting that really scary goal. There were literally changes in my brain. So, in am I being greedy or egotistical with all this focus on my joy or my goals? I've thought long and hard about this. In yoga philosophy, there is this concept of dharma. It means our life's purpose. We were each born with a unique set of gifts and talents. In alignment with the universal good, we are charged with getting out there and sharing them. We are born to be of service, to make the world a better place. I was hiding behind too much flesh. I was hiding behind excuses about being tired or old. I was letting my talents and my gifts go dormant. Thought it was time for me to retire. But that's not my job according to the philosophy of Dharma. Because I was letting those bitchy thoughts hold too much real estate in my brain, I wasn't in alignment with what the universe really needed from me. So after losing 10 pounds, which turned into 15 and then 25 pounds, never expected that, I realized that mindfulness and setting goals was an unlimited process. What else could I apply the she protocol to? What other deep longings were causing bitchy thoughts when it got quiet that I had 100% power to control? So the same protocol that helped me to lose the weight is being applied to other areas of my life. I've taken up weight training, which I think is so important for women like us. Um, Definitely very happy, proud of myself for taking that challenge on. And yes, I'm loving it. I've been setting some loving boundaries with family. There are extended family issues. I know we all have them that have caused me a lot of angst over the years. I'm finding so much peace around them now. It's really such a lovely, lovely place to be. And of course, then there's this, the podcast and the online business. Wow. I never thought I would start another business at my age, but here I am. And that goal actually is really scary. About 75% of my brain thinks I'm on crack cocaine for setting the income goals that I have. How will I ever get those sales? I don't know how to do social media. I don't understand Instagram at all. What will the neighbors think? But there's part of me that's super excited and feeling very alive with this goal. And that's what I'm choosing to focus on. Every day, I have a plan. I'm learning to do what I say and create confidence in my abilities. I'm tapping into my authentic voice, and I'm here sharing my truth with you today. I'm not hiding behind bags of chips or excuses about being tired. I'm out there, baby, boldly flaunting my dharma for all to see. And it is FUN. That's why we need goals and dreams, why we need to reach outside of our comfort zone on purpose. The skills we practice along this journey to our dreams builds muscle to bounce back from life's surprises and disappointments. So, what if I don't meet my business goal? What if I hadn't lost 25 pounds? Would all that planning and all that goal setting and all the mindfulness projects that I undertook in order to get there, would it be wasted? Would I be so embarrassed to tell y'all about I didn't meet my business goal or I didn't make my weight goal? Now, see, this is what's so freaking fun. It doesn't matter about that number because I have learned through my mindfulness practices that I cannot fail. The thoughts that I've confronted, those bitchy ones, the kindnesses that I've built into my everyday routines, the self-compassion, the deepening appreciation for my own gifts and talents. Those are mine no matter what happens. If I hadn't set the goal of losing weight, or if I hadn't set the goal of developing a six-figure business, I'd just be doing the same old, same old. So I did set the goal. It's going as it's going. But no matter what, when say 1 year is up, I will be a changed brain. Change that I directed and supervised. I'm in control. I'm proactive, not reactive. Being a big ass boss of my own life. And that is super fun, my friend. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I so enjoyed sharing this with you, the power of mindfulness to make the mundane marvelous. If you liked this sort of way of thinking, if you're inspired, why not look up the She Mindfulness program? I'll put a link in the show notes. It's about a 6-month online self-directed study that leads you step by step of how to plan for this, how to set up a structure so those bitchy thoughts don't run your life. You could lose weight. You could use it to help yourself get better rest so you're more energized. You could just be, use it to do a business goal or something else. I really want to see where you might take it. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you soon. If you enjoy listening to this podcast, you'll really want to come to my live Q&A. This time, we do them every month. I'm going to be telling you what I do in the wee hours to get back to sleep. So if you're a midlife woman struggling with sleep, please register. October 22nd, 7 p.m. I'll put the link in the show notes. See you soon.